Hello there, everyone. Every so often, something happens that makes me change my way of thinking on like a fundamental level. Like my channel name, for instance, Feed Me Hate. Now, my channel before then was a Reject Gamer, and then it was my real name, Vito. Um, then something happened that made me change to Feed Me Hate. And I've never shared this story, well, the whole amount, but that whole change that made me change my name to Feed Me Hate was one particular comment. Now, the comment wasn't too bad, not something I'm not used to. It was the actions that happened after that comment that made me change my name to Feed Me Hate. So here's this story. There was a person who came to my channel and just typed racial slurs. And I'm not talking about on one video. He went through like 30 videos just hating and for no reason. So I began to laugh because it's not something I'm not uncomfortable with. But I decided this time that I was going to go to his channel and I was going to record myself doing that because I figured I was going to make a video on it just for fun sakes, right? Because back then, I don't know if you can do it now, but you can see the type of videos that a person has clicked the like button on. So upon looking at his channel, I kid you not, almost every video that this person liked were videos on how to make your dick bigger. And some of you might be saying that this is a joke, right? I'm just lollygagging. But no, this really happened. I still have that same video from something like 3 to 4 years ago on my computer, and I watch it every now and again to make myself feel better about my life. And it was after watching this video that I realized that some people need to hate, right? For whatever reason. This is why you can go to like very child friendly channels and you'll see crazy comments and thumbs down. While you can go to charity channels and you'll see crazy comments and people cursing out the charity foundation for helping little children. This is because these people who do this need that outlet to vent their frustrations about their life. It most likely has nothing to do with the content that they're watching. It is because they have insecurities and they don't know how to properly deal with them. The person before had a small penis and he chose me to take his frustrations out by calling me a nigger and a lot of other racial slurs. And I'm okay with that. Let the bullshit floodgates open and let the most toxic comments flood throughout my channel. Now, the reason I said that was because I wanted to give an example of how something small affected my channel in such a large way. Well, once again, I think the same thing is about to happen. Except this time, what has affected me has nothing to do with a single entity. This time it has to do with microtransactions, believe it or not. And I know that Battlefront is having a lot of crazy microtransactions, but them nickel and diming the consumers is pretty much par for the course. No, what kind of affected me a large amount here is Warner Brothers games and them trying to profit off the death of one of their employees who died from cancer. Now, there is a limit to just how shady one can be before it just becomes absurd. And I believe I've reached it. And I know a lot of you may say that they reversed the DLC or that they've clarified that they weren't really profiting from that cancerous DLC. But I know business, right? And they can say that they did not profit directly from it. But there are many legal ways you can skirt the line between you profiting from and you benefiting from. Let's say they took some of that money and put it into the development of the game. Well, technically, they themselves did not profit from it, but they were able to take that money from the death of one of their employees, put it into the game itself, and then they wouldn't have to pay the difference of that balance to the developers because they've made back that difference from the cancerous DLC. Now, am I saying that this happened? No. But I'm saying that I know business. I know how companies skirt the lines to make things more favorable to them without being called out for the bullshit that is going behind the lines. Have you ever seen Inception, like you have to go deeper? Well, this is kind of that, just in a more shitbag way. And how this has affected me is very weird because I'm used to DLC and microtransaction bullshit. But I'm not accustomed to benefiting from the death of others, right? Not to this degree where you can literally sell death merchandise. Yeah, it's like commemorative plates. So, I'm not sure how this is going to affect me, but I'm very tired. I'm tired of talking about the bullshit in the gaming industry to such a degree. So I'm thinking that my content is going to shrink. I'm not going to stop making YouTube videos because I very much enjoy the act of creating things here on YouTube. But I do believe that my content is going to shrink in the amount of time that a video of mine lasts, where typically it would last around 8 to 10 minutes. Now I'm going to try to condense it down into like 2 or 3 minutes, pretty much just stating the facts of what the gaming industry is doing and how people can fix it. I don't believe that the gaming industry is going to fix itself, and I for sure don't believe that microtransactions are going anywhere. But at the current level of greed that video games are at right now, I don't believe it's sustainable. And what I mean by that is, I believe more and more companies are going to go independent, and with that, lots of gaming companies are going to fail, and a lot of big publishing titles are going to be shut down. You know how EA is notorious for shutting down studios after they themselves sabotage the project that they're working on while trying to get more money? Well, I believe there's going to be more of that. I believe more studios are going to shut down because of just bad business practices. And only the mightiest of titans of games are going to survive that. Anyway, I'm sorry about all this rambling I'm doing. So yes, my channel is going to focus more on short burst content, which should provide more videos, just shorter ones. Anyway, you all take care, and I hope you like the changes that are going to be made.